not learn enough of what you're supposed to learn. And that is the reason why you are misinterpreting what you're supposed to present or what we are presenting. You are really teaching something different. Of course, that's what you will say. But whatever it is, you only prove to anybody is to tell us, look to what I have said and just ask yourself that, is it what we see that we practice? Are we practicing something different? I mean, you go into the church, hear preaching, listen to the way of life of the people. Don't go to individuals, just the way of life, what every church denomination believes and what they allow. What they tell their audience to do, what they think is acceptable in the eyes of God. The norms of the Roman or the Anglican, all those things, put them together and look the book and see if it does tally in some ways, if it really match. It doesn't match. Today you go to do something like, for instance, the church will prosecute you, you lock you up. And even outside the church, if you go to, let's say, the political world, in our own rules and regulations, which probably has even come from, there is pastors or, who sits in parliament to help in these shaping up these laws. The law of the human law, the natural human law, does have issues with that. That it is not right. We can't allow that. Now, on what level? On just the basis of today, our way of life, or what they intelligently have accepted that we should do. Maybe encouraging migration, integration, maybe. I don't know. I don't know the details of these things. But if it is religious backed or religious inspired, with these laws were religiously inspired, then they have to look back again that they are going the wrong way. But if it is supported by religion, and so many others say, yes, these things that we have said, the laws we've set against these kind of things, we actually mean them, that it is religiously backed, it's wrong, we cannot, so, we expect people to abide by these rules but if its explanation is not about religion, but it's about population control. I mean, there are so many reasons that can back or can be reflected, be shown to be reflecting on these things to sort of back up this law that has been set out there. And that is fine. That isn't the issue. I'm not having this discussion or this presentation because the natural everyday law that has been set without any religious influence has sort of come up with a decision based on the realistic approach of things like today. I mean, we want to control population, so we have to set this law, or we want to integrate people. Migration must be, to stop racial differences or that. So we have to set this law. That is more fine. The movement of man to, build some unipolar world, as the word that I've heard being used. Unipolar, we're bringing people together, bringing the nations together, bringing people who have more understanding and one agreement on one, approach to things. It requires for us to set laws of that nature. But these are laws I'm talking about individual countries. People in the individual countries, there are international accepted ways, but something which is individually has got issues. If you go through the books, any claimed country of Christian, we are a Christian country. This is what giving us away that people cannot even say they are a Christian country anymore. They now sort of say they are a multi-state country, which different religion is accepted, But mostly countries, Britain, America, most countries accept that they are this type of group of country. This is their way of life. And yet, as they claim with the backing of the documents that are supposed to support their way of life, they do different. They set laws that are different from what the book has presented to them. Laws from the Ten Commandments is different from the laws of the British Parliament, of the laws of the American Parliament, the Australian Parliament, the Ghanaian Parliament, the Nigerian Parliament. These laws are different from whatever religion that they stand up for or they choose to present themselves in. It's become something like you have to be part of something, that's all. I mean, this is our background. We are religious from this background dominantly. We had Islamic background or Christian background or Buddhist background, so that is what we have to refer ourselves. We are a Buddhist nation. I mean, who is forcing you to be a Buddhist nation? If you say you're a Buddhist nation, you definitely have to respect the Buddha. Although we just are a Buddhist nation, we don't have to respect Buddha. We are just a Christian nation, we don't have to respect Jehovah. We are just Islamic nation, we don't have to respect Allah. We just have to be ourselves. And those who are in leadership also, if they got the true power, would like to enforce you to know that you have to respect Allah. You have to respect Jehovah. You have to respect that. Now, is it right? Will it be right for them to do that? In fact, before they used to. But it's becoming more flexible. People now giving up and losing their grip and realizing that you can't do that, because the same claims of all these God we are saying are not materializing in a way that we should expect them. In fact, we are contrary doing the opposite of what it is that they will willingly want us to do. Now, if they did it and we gave them that glory, or they have their glory and they, came over and brought good things to our life, that is yet to be determined. As I said, we built, we glorified, we have lifted the spirits up. As times goes on, you will realize that we have, whatever group you are part of, your ways, your continuous insisting and admiration and praises has built an image of the God that you worship. And what if you haven't built up, people stop worshiping Jehovah or Allah? What will happen? Let's just try that. If willingly everybody will decide to do that, let's put that and see if all hell will break loose. Maybe the sea will come onto the land and destroy everything. Who knows? I don't know. But these are the forces that dominate our lives. And if I say our lives, general lives of everybody. The Christians have what is dominating them, Jehovah. The Buddhists have what is dominating them, Buddha. Islamic people have what dominating them, Allah dominating them, And you go on with all the pagans and the little groups, whatever they choose to follow, that spirit dominates them. That spirit is their snare. That spirit is their dark world and their light world. It is both. As long as you follow the rules, it is believed that the spirit will not harm you or do anything bad to you. As long as you follow the rules, that's it, you're okay. But if you move out of the rules and you deviate from what the rules are said, or the rules that you set, that you've practiced and you've honored and sworn that you are going to practice, and you move out of that and do something, then the spirit will not let go. He will fulfill what the part of the bargain of which you went into with him. If you told him that you do that, and if anything he should do that to you, he's going to do the harm to you just exactly as you promised. So why did you go back your word? So that becomes the snare that you're supposed to sort of live with. Now, are you looking for a devil from somewhere? No. Because since you are within this group of spirit, or this group of the domination of such a spirit, why should any devil even come to be able to touch you? The only devil you have is the very God that you have. You had an agreement with him, you sworn, you baptized to be in that. You moved out, you do something else. Then, as long as you are within the baptism, you are under his control. No spirit outside Jehovah, Allah, or Buddhists cannot come and intervene in your life. That's what it is. And people have accepted that, and most have accepted, and they stay within the confines of where they belong. They won't be like me, who has come out. And it's hard to talk sense into people of that nature. It's very hard. Very, very difficult. Because they don't know anything else except what they are into. Nothing all. Or they allow themselves to go for what they are into, and that is, they don't want to allow anything else. Yet they are bound to sort of want to share and spread their ignorance to everybody. They are willing to sort of make themselves be seen as if they are in the right